The philosophy of personal freedom. Have you ever sat in a quiet room, phone turned off, staring at the ceiling, and asked yourself, am I actually free? It's a heavy question, one that usually gets buried under the noise of our daily notifications, work deadlines, and the endless scroll of social media. We often mistake freedom for the ability to buy a plane ticket to Bali or the option to order pizza at 3 a.m. While those are certainly nice perks of modern life, they are surface-level luxuries, not the deep, resonant kind of freedom that settles in your bones. Let's be real for a second. We live in an era where we have more choices than any generation before us. We can choose from 1,000 movies to watch, 100 types of coffee, and millions of potential partners on dating apps. Yet, strangely, many of us feel more trapped than ever. Why is that? It's because we've confused options with freedom. Having 50 options often leads to analysis paralysis, anxiety, and the fear of missing out. True personal freedom isn't about how many doors are open to you, it's about having the clarity of mind to walk through just one, fully and without regret. Let's be real for a second. We live in an era where we have more choices than any generation before us. We can choose from 1,000 movies to watch, 100 types of coffee, and millions of potential partners on dating apps. Yet, strangely, many of us feel more trapped than ever. Why is that? It's because we've confused options with freedom. Having 50 options often leads to analysis paralysis, anxiety, and the fear of missing out. True personal freedom isn't about how many doors are open to you, it's about having the clarity of mind to walk through just one, fully and without regret. The most radical form of freedom isn't found in a passport or a bank account. Though, don't get me wrong, financial stability helps. The wildest, most untamed freedom is actually internal. It is the ability to pause between a stimulus and a response. Think about the last time someone cut you off in traffic or left a rude comment on a post. Your immediate, biological reaction was probably anger. That's the animal brain. But the moment you can look at that anger, acknowledge it, and choose not to let it ruin your afternoon, that is the ultimate superpower. That is emotional sovereignty. If your mood is entirely dependent on the weather, the traffic, or the approval of strangers, you are not free. You are a puppet, and the world is pulling your strings. This brings us to the uncomfortable topic of the cage of other people's opinions. This is perhaps the stickiest trap of them all. We might dress how we want and listen to the music we like, but how many of our major life decisions are subtly steered by the fear of judgment? Are you in that career because you love it, or because it sounds impressive at a dinner party? Do you want that expensive car because it drives well, or because it signals status to your neighbors? To be truly free is to develop the courage to be disliked. It means accepting that you can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and there will still be people who hate peaches. Once you truly internalize that, the chains fall off. You stop performing for an imaginary audience and start living for yourself. There is also a beautiful paradox in freedom that we rarely talk about. Freedom requires structure. It sounds backward, doesn't it? We think freedom means sleeping until noon and having no schedule. But if you have no schedule, you often end up doing nothing, feeling lethargic, and becoming a slave to your own laziness. Discipline is actually the gateway to freedom. By disciplining your spending, you gain financial freedom. By disciplining your body with exercise, you gain the freedom of movement and health. By disciplining your time, you gain the freedom to pursue your passions. The freedom to do nothing is a trap. The discipline to build a life you love is the key. We also have to talk about the freedom of attention. In the attention economy, everyone wants a piece of your mind. Advertisers, news cycles, influencers, they are all fighting a war for your eyeballs. The most rebellious act you can commit today is to reclaim your focus. To be able to sit with a book for an hour without reaching for your phone, or to have a deep conversation with a friend without checking a notification is a rare form of liberty. It means you own your mind. You are the captain of your own consciousness. When you compulsively check your phone, you are surrendering your freedom to an algorithm designed to keep you addicted. Reclaiming that space is a revolutionary act of self-love. Finally, personal freedom is about making peace with uncertainty. We bind ourselves with anxiety because we desperately want to know what happens next. We want guarantees. But life doesn't give guarantees. The free person accepts that they cannot control the future. They can only control their preparation and their character. There is an immense weight lifted off your shoulders when you realize you don't have to control the tides. You just have to learn how to surf. So, freedom isn't a destination you arrive at once you have $1 million or retire. It's a practice. It's a daily decision to let go of what you can't control, to speak your truth even when your voice shakes, and to choose your own attitude in any given set of circumstances. It's about realizing that the door to the cage was never locked. You just had to stand up and walk out. Now, I want to hear from you. What does freedom actually look like in your life? Is it a feeling, a place, or a specific moment? Drop a comment below and let's start a real conversation about breaking out of the autopilot routine. If this video sparked a little fire in your mind or gave you a fresh perspective, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It helps us find more free thinkers like you. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and join our community. We're diving deep into the stuff that actually matters every single week. See you in the next one.